Ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, welcome back to another video. So, I literally just did a almost 40-minute video going in depth of my first impressions of this bad boy right here, PlayStation Portal. And then it turned out that my mic was somehow disconnected and all the audio was gone. I'm like, are you kidding me? I put my heart and soul into that video. I can't believe it. But anyways, I figured I'll just do another video and my first impressions and reactions already went away, but you know what? It is what it is. It's working now, and this is my unboxing of the PlayStation Portal. This was my last birthday gift from my sister. Thank you so much, Jewel, for getting me this gift. I really appreciate it. This is the PlayStation Portal. Warning, you can only have this if you have Wi-Fi and a PS5. This is an accessory for the PS5. Don't buy it because it's not a PSP 2 or PS Vita 2. It's just a remote play device so that you can stream your PS5 through this PlayStation Portal. This is the box it came in. This is the back. And literally it says, put your PS5 in the palm of your hand. Your handheld getaway to your PS5 games. Get access to the games on your PS5 console over your home Wi-Fi, letting you jump into the gaming without needing to play on a TV. Play your game collection. Play compatible games you have installed on your PS5 console, including your favorite games for PS5 and PS4. Experience breathtaking immersion. Feel the incredible immersion and the haptic feedback and adaptive triggers in supported games. So there you go. So sadly, I already took everything out. I can't believe that literally happened. I was looking forward to that video, but you know what? This is going to be a shorter video, I guess, But this is it. The PlayStation Portal. As you can see, it literally feels light, but at the same time quality, and that's what I like. The handheld parts where you hold the controller with the buttons and everything, it feels just like a DualSense controller. It's very comfortable. I would even argue it's a little better because you have right here where you can kind of grip, and it's like, ooh, it just feels nice. It just feels good. The analog sticks are smaller than the controller, but it's really good. Um, when I first put this on, because I showed the whole process. I showed the whole process of how it turns on and like the settings and the initial startup and all that good stuff. But sadly, the video had no audio, so I'm upset. But it's all good. So essentially, when you first start it up, it does an update, and then it installs the update. That took a little while, not too long, probably like maybe 10 to 15 minutes, maybe. I wasn't really counting, but it was a while, but it wasn't long. It has the volume buttons over here. It has the PlayStation Link button where you can link the new PlayStation earbuds or the headphones that are coming out. The earbuds is coming out in December. The headphones is coming out next year, early next year. I think either January, February, one of those things. And this is your power button, and this everything else is just like a DualSense controller. It's a nice futuristic device. It looks really cool. Uh, the screen is nice and big. It's bigger than like having a Switch. It's an 8-inch screen, which is great, and it's awesome. Even the grip on the on the Portal, it has the same triangle. If you zoom in carefully, it has the same triangle, square, circle engraved in it. Not bad. So I'm gonna turn it on. So I just pressed the on button, and it didn't turn on. So I guess you have to hold it. So okay, so holding it, you have to hold it for a while, as you can see. It took a good 3 seconds or so to actually turn on. And as you can see, it also takes a while for it to load up. Just loading and loading and loading. I'm showing you the whole process. It comes on, boom. Cool. Now it's saying to unlock, press the PS button. PS button's up here now. Just pressed it. This is how it looks like. Here we go. It sounds nice. The volume is still good. Um, it looks really cool. The screen is nice. So here I'm already connected, but essentially you can swipe. You can swipe and get this screen, and you can disconnect. There's also here where you can connect your PlayStation Link stuff. Your Sadly, this thing doesn't have Bluetooth, so I can't just use my Galaxy Buds and connect and play the game, which is pretty stupid in my opinion, especially since this device is $200. I just feel like because of lacking those things, I just feel like the device should probably be 150, in my opinion. Because you can't do it if you don't have Wi-Fi. You can't do anything with this. It's not. You can't even stream to your PS5 and remote play to your PS5 and like go on Netflix. They block you from doing all those things. It makes no sense. Like let me be able to like have all the features. But you can put your brightness up or down. You have airplane mode and you have settings. Where in settings you have your network, your system, display, brightness, and you have controller, and you can the network is for your Wi-Fi. The system is it has system software information, update, reset options, language, date of time, and power saving modes. Go back. The screen is touchscreen, by the way, so that's awesome. The controller, you can change how strong the vibration sensitivity is, and the trigger effects, you can change how strong that is. Right now, it's default by strong for both of them, and I like it strong. Um, Display and brightness, you can put that up or down, and the brightness of the bar, the light bar, which is on the sides, that make it look cool, and the mute button over here, you can turn that up or down anytime you want. Right now, the brightness is just standard. Yeah, and then like when you first log in, you put your Wi-Fi in, and right now I'm connected to my my home Wi-Fi, and yeah, essentially once you're connected up, this screen comes up and you just press play. Here's my Spider-Man. It pops in, and that's Spider-Man. Volume is good. Um, you know, So my first impression is that when I first logged in and started playing, um, it wasn't the cleanest picture at first, but because it's and that was my main concern about the portal. I just felt like my main concern was like if it's gonna be streaming and through Wi-Fi, like Wi-Fi is not a perfect thing in 2023 still. So it's like, how good is it really? Was my concern. But right now, it looks clean. The movements are fine. Everything is working. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's lagging right now. You know,
Those civilians need my help. Time to cut in. Don't worry.
not
I'll
bad at
stay out
all.
of your way.
Like right now, it looks pretty decent. But you can tell that the visuals isn't PS5 worthy. It just looks clean enough. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like the cleanest thing on
You
here, in
really
my
never,
opinion.
huh?
I feel like maybe I would get a better connection, like if my PS5 was like wired to my router, but sadly my router where it's placed is all the way in the living room and I'm all the way in my room, and like I would need a super long cord running from the living room to my room to even try to get a wired connection. But I feel like maybe if I had a wired connection and then I connect through the Wi-Fi, I would have a better connection and better connectivity. But right now it looks really good, but it just doesn't like the screen is just not like 4K slash PS5. Obviously, it looks better playing on the PS5 itself, but on here it's not bad. But there were moments where I was also like streaming, and there's just like slight little dip in like maybe frame rate or like the graphics. Like the graphics get just a little dip sometimes. Um, but it's still a good option in terms of like, what, if you want something on the go, um, it's good. Um, like for example, right now it looks good, you know, for what it is, right? Right now it looks good, and like it's fine how it is right now. Like it's not bad. Just tell it's not on a PS5, you know, Samsung
Yeah,
4K
I'd be
TV.
down.
Like who knows? Maybe if it was an OLED screen, maybe it would be better. Or if they give us an option for OLED, at least we can get. But right now it's moving perfectly fine. It looks good, like how it's probably meant to be. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to switch from Wi-Fi, my home Wi-Fi, and I'm gonna switch to um, my hotspot on my phone. So that way I can put this on, turning on my hotspot, and it's gonna be on the 5G. Um, the last time I did this in the first video, um, it was worse. It was very choppy. You can hear through the audio. It was like, but it wasn't bad. Like it was like I can tolerate it because it's not that bad, but it wasn't something where you're happy. So I just it's on, and I'm just gonna connect to my hotspot. But what happens is when you connect to your hotspot, all right. So it says it's connected. But when you connect when you lose pretty much you lose connection when you try to switch to another Wi-Fi, naturally, right? And you could just press reconnect, and it waits to connect. PS5 is already on, so yeah. So as you can see, it still takes a while to like reconnect. Taking a while to reconnect. I'm resuming, and it's working fine in terms of the controls. The buttons are being pressed that I want to be pressed. You know what I mean? Maybe there's a slight lag, maybe, but it's not noticeable. You know, maybe if you did like if you calculated it, then you'd be like, oh, it is a lag. But in terms of playing, it's good. But however, I would say that like the quality of the visuals, it dipped. It's not the same on the hotspot than it was on my home network. It was worse the first time I did it in the first video that didn't have the audio. Right now, it's working a lot better. I would say this, like imagine I was playing with PS4 graphics, and then now I'm just playing with maybe like a different quality. Like I don't want to say PS3, but just the quality of how it looks is just not. It's just not as clean. But in terms of movement, everything's moving pretty fine. Everything's moving pretty fine. The controls and everything is good. I'm not complaining about turning the camera and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm turning the camera and it's not moving for me. Yeah. But in my experience playing it the first time, it was way more laggy. It was way more, stuff. But however, what I like about this is the fact that I can take my phone on the go and go to the park and chill out in the park. Maybe if it was a good weather, because in New York it's like cold right now, so I probably don't want to play in the cold. But I can go to a friend house and use my hotspot and get and still be able to play my game from the house, which is pretty cool. Most likely, if I go to a friend house, I'm probably gonna use their Wi-Fi because it might be better. But at least I have the hotspot option on my phone, and I don't know much about hotspots on phones. Maybe I can go on my T-Mobile plan and like maybe increase the hotspot. I don't know how that works. Like in terms of like the megabytes and stuff like that. But it's good to know that it works with the hotspot on my phone. Like I'm literally playing right now, and it's like it's not the best, but it's at least it's something. And like I'm still enjoying playing it. You know, so if it's gonna be like this on the road or at a friend house, what more can you ask for? Like when I went to Hawaii for my mom's birthday, um, I was missing this console, and like it would have been perfect to use my hotspot and have this device on, like for example, on vacation where you don't want to take your huge PS5 to go to Hawaii with. You can say, "Oh, I'm just take my portal, and I'll just play remote play through my hotspot, and stream my PS5." So it's like the idea is pretty cool. I just wish that the technology in this did a better job somehow of making remote play a lot better. Like like kind of when you buy in a device like this, you're expecting the remote play to be more like seamless and you know, especially if you're gonna buy a device to remote play, you want it to be perfect. But I guess when it comes to Wi-Fi, ain't much things perfect.
No! That symbiote's got.
All that boom,
Clear out!
but it plays fine. Like right now, it's playing fine. Just you can just see the quality and visual isn't there, like comparing it to on my TV when I'm playing the PS5. But it's still doable. The controls so far is doing a decent job of like, what, I can still play my PS5. And for me personally, most likely if I'm home, I'm probably gonna play it more on like my TV. But if I'm going somewhere or going to a friend house or I'm outside for whatever reason and I could play my games, I'm just gonna bring the portal on the go and then just connect using my hotspot. I think that's pretty cool. Is it worth the 200? To be honest, I feel like because the quality of it isn't always the best, I just feel like it should be more like 150 in my opinion. But I can understand how 150 could be a little low because like at the end of the day, you have a controller here because it has all the haptic feedback that you would want in a controller, and that's $75, right? And then you have a screen, and you know what I'm saying. Now, granted, you can do remote play on your phone or a tablet and just connect a controller to it with Bluetooth and you'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? Like it gets the job done as well. So it depends. The only negative would just be you're not gonna have the haptic feedback, and this is kind of like what you're paying for, and just the aesthetic. It just matched the PS5. It looks really cool. And right now, to be honest, I'm watching my stuff. I'm watching stuff right now. It's working pretty fine. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not bad at all. Like I'm playing perfectly fine. It's just like the quality is not all the way the same. Yeah, you can get sucked into this game. It's crazy. Now I gotta take this guy to the hospital or something.
There's an ambulance not too far away. I'll drop you.
You can hear the volume kind of like glitched a little bit, like not a perfect device, but it gets the job done where it does like it's not bothering me that it's not clean looking, you know? But it's, you know,
We're nearly there.
at least there's a way that you can kind of stream your devices, you know.
Everything's going to be all right. Bless you, Spider-Man.
So yeah, the screen is
There.
nice,
It's over.
but because it's streaming, the quality isn't like all the way there, but it's decent where you know what, I'm playing Spider-Man on the go. This is pretty good. Or if I'm going on vacation somewhere, I can bring this with me and don't have to bring my PS5. And at least I know that my hotspot can kind of get the job done on my phone, and like I can just play, and it's great, you know. Yeah, and the controller is not lagging. When I press the swing, it's actually pressing to swing. You know? Yeah, everything is working fine. So yeah, so there you have it. This is the you know, the PlayStation Portal. It's still fun to have. Is it worth it? Not too sure. Um, if you're someone that like have your PS5 set up in the living room and you're tired of going downstairs when you kind of want to just relax and you feel like handheld gaming is just better for you because it's just more accessible, like maybe you have it next to you on your bed and you just kind of grab the portal and play right here, it's cool. I would also say though, like even if you do charge $200 for this, which I think $200 is not bad, it's just that because without Wi-Fi and the fact that this only stream, I just feel like it should be 150 or so. And even if you do make it to 200, I think it should come with a case. This doesn't come with a case. And I feel like it's such a device where the screen is all wide open, you know what I'm saying? Like if I would drop this, I just feel like, "Oh my god," you know, like so I just feel like maybe it should have came with a nice case, you know, kind of like a Switch case, but for this where you can, you know, take it on the go, you know what I'm saying? Put it in your bag to protect the screen and everything. But overall, the weight is good. It's like light, but it's like quality and still have some type of weight to it in a good way. Um, yeah, and then if you want to, you just like, you know, everything's touchscreen. The touchpad, you just like tap the screen and it's on both sides, so whatever. But to actually click it though, you have to double tap it. You know, like double tap it. Right now I'm in the thing. So if I double tap it, I can get the map. But it looks good. Like nothing's really wrong with it. You can just tell like okay, let's just say playing on a PS5 on a TV is 4K. This is probably 1080p. Or if I'm playing on 1080p, this is 720. I would say this is more like 720. The way how it's like how it looks. Yeah. And like it just like here and there glitches, but it's not nothing crazy. Um but it's still good overall, you know. Still a fun device. So yeah, so that's my impressions about it. It's still fun. Haptic feedback is great. The analog sticks is a little smaller, but it's also I don't have a problem with it. I like it. Everything about the device is great. The only thing I didn't like is that you know it's Wi-Fi, so I was worried about the connection and stuff. For the most part, it gets the job done, but it's not the cleanest. Sometimes it does look clean. Like I think it looks cleaner on my home Wi-Fi through my hotspot. It still looks decent, but not as clean. And I did have moments where it was more choppy earlier. Um, Another thing I would mention is that I wish that like if I'm remote playing to my PS5, I should still have access to my YouTube and my Netflix and just be able to watch my shows on the go. I think that would be great and awesome. But they're not allowing you to do that on the remote play. So if you don't have Wi-Fi, this is just what someone said. I saw someone said on YouTube. It's just paperweight. You just have something that a piece of tech that does nothing but just remote play. So it's like I do wish it was a PSP 2 or a PS Vita 2 or something like that. And you know, even if it's limited, I wish like it was something where you can download like 3 to 5 of your favorite games that you either want to play or games that you're playing currently. So you can take it on the go and play. You know, I think That's a big miss, and also the fact that there's no Bluetooth. So literally, you can't Bluetooth your Galaxy Buds or your Apple Pod, AirPods, and like put it in your ear to listen to the game. You literally have to buy uh, PlayStation's PlayStation's new earbuds. That's $200 coming out next month. So it's kind of like they're kind of it's kind of whack. Although the volume by itself is already good, you know, I have no problem with it. It sounds nice and it's loud, but if you want to train somehow and I don't know, and you want to play Spider Man, it's gonna be loud. So you can't unless you well there's a jack a jack a headphone jack so you can plug it in with the wire and at least there's that option. But it's like, come on, we in 2023, so that's kind of a miss there too. So that's why those little downgrades is kind of like maybe there should be 150 versus $200, but $200 is not crazy expensive either. So yeah, so that's my impressions and fake unboxing of the PlayStation Portal. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. This is Ordinary Guy, and I'll see you guys in the next video.